Every software application has a learning curve. Some applications are easier to use and understand than others. But what you're going to find as you become more experienced with computers and software is that nearly all applications have features or controls in common with each other. If you're a novice with computers at the moment, you've probably wondered how more experienced users can just sit down and start being productive with applications they've never used before. And yes, talent and an aptitude for computers can be significant contributors, but what seasoned computer users know is that most applications have basic things in common, and they know where to look for the commands that will allow them to perform the tasks they want to accomplish. So in this video, I want to go over 5 features that appear in and work the same in nearly all applications. The first common feature is the File menu. Here's some screenshots of the File menu from several different applications. Just about every application has a File menu, and it usually contains commands like New, Open, Save, Close, and Print. New is for creating a new document, image, or project, depending on what app you're in. Open opens files or projects that you've previously created or worked on. Save saves the file you're currently working on. Close closes the file, but usually leaves the application running. And if the application is one you can print from, like a word processor, a spreadsheet program, or a photo editor, you'll always find the print command under File as well. Notice I'm showing you menus from both Windows applications and Mac applications. These common features I'm going to be showing you are not just common across applications, but also across operating systems. So if you're a Mac user finding yourself working with Windows, or a Windows user having to use a Mac, you won't be completely lost. But there are differences to be aware of. For example, in Windows applications, you'll usually also find the exit command under the File menu, which quits the application. On Macs, though, you quit applications by clicking the application's name and then choosing Quit. That's one of the slight differences between the two operating systems, but they're always consistent with themselves. You'll always find Exit under File in Windows, and you'll always find Quit under the application's name on Macs. That's a bit of a tangent, but the point is that the File menu is found in nearly every application, and within it, you'll almost always find the commands to create, save, open, or print your files. The next common feature is a group of 3 commands named Cut, Copy, and Paste, all found under the Edit menu. I refer to these as a single feature because they really go hand in hand. They're probably used most commonly in applications involving typing. If you've typed some text that you'd like to copy or move to another location in your document, these are the commands you'd use. Now, I'll be covering these commands more thoroughly in the chapter on word processing, but here's a quick overview. So, cut is used when you want to move text. For example, here in Microsoft Word, if I want to move the second sentence of this paragraph and make it the opening sentence, I would first select that sentence and then choose Edit, Cut, which temporarily removes it from my document. I then place my cursor at the point in the document where I want the cut text to appear, so in this case at the beginning of the paragraph, and then choose Edit, Paste. And my cut text reappears in that location. Now, Copy, on the other hand, leaves the selected text where it is, but makes a copy of it to your computer's clipboard. The clipboard is a special section of memory your computer uses to temporarily store cut and copied text. So for example, maybe I want to create another document that begins with this contact information at the top. So I'll select it by clicking and dragging until it's all highlighted. Then I can release my mouse, and then I'll choose Edit, Copy. Now, it doesn't look like anything happened because copying doesn't alter your document in any way. It just places a copy of your highlighted text into your computer's memory. Then you just place your cursor at another location in your document or into another document altogether and choose Edit, Paste. So for this example, I'll choose File, New Blank Document. You can see my cursor flashing on the page here, and I'll choose Edit, Paste. And there's a copy of this text here in this new document. So that's the Cut, Copy, and Paste feature that you'll find in many applications. You'll even find Cut, Copy, and Paste in image editing applications where you can cut and copy photos or other graphics and paste them into other image files. Feature number 3 is another group of commands that also appear under the Edit menu of most applications. They are Undo and Redo. Whenever you make a mistake like accidentally deleting some text or making a change to a photo or video clip that you want to take back, you'll more than likely use Edit Undo. In almost every application, you'll find an undo command, which simply takes back the last change you made to your document. Many applications even have multiple levels of undo, so you can take back the changes you made to your document in reverse order. The undo command can also be a nice safety net that lets you experiment with your file without permanently altering it. For example, maybe you're trying out different effects on a photo you're editing. You can apply effect after effect, and as long as you keep choosing Edit Undo between attempts, you'll never do any permanent changes to your photo. Now, redo is a little less common than undo. Sometimes it's called repeat. And while you'll find undo in just about every application, fewer apps have redo, which is a shame because it can be a very useful time-saving feature. It has 2 main uses. First, if you chose undo, but change your mind, you You can then choose Edit Redo, which changes your document back to before you chose Undo. In some applications, Redo can also be used to take changes you made to one item and apply the same change to other items. For example, if I selected some text in a document and changed the font, I could then select other text and choose Edit Redo to apply that same font to the other text. So that's Undo and Redo, and again, if the application you're using has these commands, and most do, you'll find them under the Edit menu. Feature number 4 is Preference Settings. Almost every application has an area in which you can tweak or adjust the way the application behaves. If you're using a photo editing application, you might want to change the default image format of files you save. If you're using a page layout program, you might want to change how page guides appear and behave in your documents. Every application has preference settings. On Macs, you'll almost always find preferences located under the application's name in the menu bar. In Windows applications, depending on the application, you'll often find preferences under the Edit menu, but it might be called Properties or Options instead of Preferences. And in some applications in Windows, you'll find preferences under a menu called Tools, or even under an unlabeled button that looks like a gear icon. So sometimes you do have to do some hunting around in Windows applications, but those are generally where you'll find application preferences. And the fifth feature you'll find that almost all applications have in common is a Help menu. The Help menu is where you'll find things like the built-in or online instruction manual for the applications you're using. You might also find links to tutorials or other special guides to teach you how to use the application. The Help menu is also where you can check for updates, which has the application check online to see if any newer versions of the software have been released. But generally, the Help menu is a good place to go if you can't figure out a feature of the application you're using, or just want to learn more about the application overall. And again, you'll find that most applications have this menu. So those are 5 of the most common features you'll find in nearly all applications. Knowing about these features can really help make an application you've never used before a little less daunting, because at least you'll already be familiar with and know how to use a couple of these commands.